Hi guys, I'm back. And today we're just going to show you these little canvases from Arteza. I just have my push pins in the back of them as usual. And nice and, you can give them a good thump. They're nice and stretched. You don't have to water the back of them and then let them dry out to sort of shrink the canvas to make them nice and tight. They're already that way. They have really nice corners to them. Arteza has real decent canvases. So, yeah, and this is a 6-inch. And the reason I'm showing you these 6 inches is because, for one thing, 6-inch canvases are kind of hard to come by, especially decent ones. You can buy some cheapy ones, like in a dollar store. Sometimes you can find them, and some of the bigger, I think Target has them occasionally, but these are better quality. The back staple is better on them. The canvas quality is better, and you can buy them in a pack. I want to say it's either 10 or 12. It's a good price for canvases. So, and I love to use small canvases. When I always tell you guys, if you're new to this, use a small canvas, either a 6x6 or an 8x8. I can feel it wobbling. That's why I'm fussing with the push pin. 6x6 or an 8x8. Because if you try and go with like a 12x12 or a 14x14 or bigger than that, I don't know. I feel like you have better success if you're starting small. Kind of like, if you're investing money, you're not going to invest like a ton of money into one stock and then hope for the best. You're going to invest a small amount and see what happens. So invest in your painting future by using small canvases. Trust me, you will have a little less frustration. Now, I don't know if the 6-inch or the 8-inch is better for me because I don't usually use a 6-inch canvas. Like I said, they're hard to find. So typically I would use the tiles. And a lot of times I don't do just like a regular pour on a tile. I use tiles for specific things. So we're going to see today if I prefer the 6-inch or prefer the 8-inch canvases. So we've got 4 colors here, a little cup, and I'm just using 4 basic colors. The colors are not the important thing about this video. What's important about this video are these little 6-inch canvases from Arteza. Fantastic or not. So I think we're going to start with the turquoise. I don't have any white. I never know whether I want white in the painting or not. And don't worry if you get paint on your canvas because you're going to pour over it and it's not going to matter anyway. And I've got my paints really quite thick. I like my paints quite a bit thicker than some of the other pour artists out there. But I have found early on that the thicker paint definitely works better for me. I would say almost as thick as cold honey, not even warm honey. And I really, I don't know. This is probably plenty of paint, but I like to sort of overdo it because I find that also helps. I know I don't like to waste paint, but I also don't like to have not quite enough where I can't pour off an area that I don't like. Okay, so that's really going to be plenty of paint. We're going to move these over here out of the way so I don't dump them over. And we're just going to let it sit for a second so it can all just sort of pour down out of the little container. My little container's a little big for this size canvas. I think usually I would use this for like an 8-inch. Ooh, look at those cells coming up already. And I'm thinking about sort of going back, doing a series of sort of going back to basics, where I really teach you guys, what works for me, what acrylic pouring, how easy it can be, and also, how frustrating it can be. Because let me tell you, if you're new to my channel, look at that. Look at the cells in the bottom of the container. You can see them coming up on here even. If you've been around with me for a while, you know, I've mentioned this before, that it took me about 6 months before I actually had a painting that had good cells on it. So if you're just beginning, please understand you're either going to get really lucky and find what works for you immediately, or it's going to take a while. So don't let frustration get the better of you. See how my cells just pop up? Look at that. Ooh, so pretty. Okay. And I don't like to torch everything. See, we've got some empty space there, some empty space here. I like to leave a little bit of empty space. Now, these kind of cells, we call them caterpillar cells right there. I don't like the caterpillar cells. And this cell right here is just too big for me. So I'm going to try and get rid of probably this area. These are beautiful little cells. But let's get another staple of mine, the corner catcher. And it is just cardboard cereal box. Cut it up into strips, 3 inches wide. And fold it in half. These are going to save you a lot of frustration, because you see this area right here, I really don't want to pour that off. But if I just tilted it that way, it's all going to pour off before it goes over this corner. So your corner catcher is going to save you a lot of frustration. So because I want to save this part more than any other part, I'm going to pour off this side first. And again, I like to keep my corner catcher where, sorry, I forgot to take the paint off the edges. This will help your paint move across it instead of over top of it. And it won't hurt your edges a bit because all that's going to get covered over. I like to leave my corner open here so that my paint will go out of the corner but not off of my sides. So I can save more of those cells. Oh, this is going to be a pretty little one. Oh, those cells are so pretty right there. And I like to go from corner to corner most of the time. And see, those cells right there are really pretty. I'd like to save those, but trying to get rid of all that pink is going to be hard without losing those pretty green and pink ones. Get it to go off your corner, and if you don't like something, just let it keep pouring off. There we go. And then back to the center. Always bring your paint back to the center. Now we're going to go off this corner first instead of that one, because this I want to get rid of and these I want to keep. And you're going to do it very delicately because you have all that pretty paint on your sides. Really, this corner catcher is a little big. I like to use one that's probably about the length of, about half the length of a side. But what you can also pour, you can also pull off stuff you don't like with your corner catcher. See, that's way too much pink. So we're going to take off some of that and go that way with it. There we go. Now see how much pink I got rid of? Now some of the blue is coming up through that pink. And don't make an accident and grab one of your corners. That's another good thing. That's another good thing the push pins on the underneath are good for. So now I don't want to lose this edge. I don't want to lose those cells. So we really need to, it doesn't want to move right here. So I'm going to grab my paint. And I'm going to put some really thick layer of paint right there. So it will just pull it off. There we go. There we go. Oh, and see, I almost lost those, but I caught them just in time. And see how big these cells have gotten? They're big and stretched out and cool looking. Bring it all back to the middle. Give it a little bit of balance there. And there we go. Oh, look at that. I like that one. Move the palette knife out of the way. Always keep your corner catcher. Once you're done using it, move it out of the way, because they will flip over on your painting in a heartbeat. And then you will lose your painting that you worked so hard for. Alright, so I don't want to bring up a lot of little cells. Torching it is going to bring up more cells. So I'm going to just do it really super fast. There we go. That pops air bubbles, but it doesn't put enough heat on it to bring up more cells. Now more cells are going to come up, a few little ones here and there, but this is pretty much how it's going to stay. And as you can see when I bring you down, you'll be able to see the sides. Now what you can do is you can torch your sides, but if you like the top edges, don't torch your sides. You may get cells on the side, but you're going to get all these little cells along this edge too. Alright, so I would definitely recommend these little 6-inch canvases for those of you who are beginners, or you don't have a lot of space and you just want to make some really pretty small paintings. Yeah, these canvases are the perfect size for beginners. And for me too. I have been doing this for like 3 years now, but I just love this size. And as you can see, we've got some really beautiful cells going on there. Let's get you down so you can see them a little better. Hopefully you're all in focus there. Okay, so you can see how pretty these little cells are, all the lines around them, and all we did was use 4 colors. So, if you want more cells that have, more lines around them, you can do 2 things. One, you can either use more colors, or 2, you can layer your paint more. The more layers you have, the more lines you're going to have around your cells. But you can see, I like these kind of cells. They have a real nice definition around the edges, plus they have like this sort of dreamy, I don't know, tidal pool type look to them. And I'm not going to tell you what kind of paint I used today, but let me tell you, this is the cheap paint. And look at the pretty cells you can get. So you don't have to go out and buy that expensive paint and those expensive pouring mediums. I don't use pouring medium. Alright, so here's our sides. As you can see, not a lot of cells, but that's because I didn't torch those sides. Now, if you want cells, you can easily torch your sides, but I really don't care. I kind of like them plain. And like I said, it keeps your top from getting too many little bitty cells along the outside. See if we can get any closer to them. Oh, they're so cute. Alright guys, there is your pretty for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I would say expect more of these in the future. Probably not on the 6-inch canvas because I only have a couple more. We may do a few more on the 6-inch canvas eventually, but I usually work on the 10-inch canvases. Yeah, I think we're going to do maybe a series of like going back to basics or back to the beginning. I'm not sure what we're going to call it, but it's going to be a little series, and we're just going to do some simple pours with lots of different colors, and hopefully get you guys headed in the right direction, those of you who are having problems. I think some of you are seeing some of this, I don't want to say advanced, because really, there's a lot of different techniques out there. They're different. They're not advanced. But start with the basics. Start with a simple flip cup with simple materials, and use canvases like these from Arteza, 6-inch canvases where you can order like 10 or 12 at a time for a really good price point, and start small. So these little 6-inch canvases from Arteza are perfect for you beginners out there. So please, please, please order you some 6-inch canvases from Arteza. My links are below, and if you use my affiliate link, the affiliate link will directly link you to all of Arteza's products. If you use the specific link listed below for the canvases, it's also my link, and it will link you directly just to the 6-inch canvases. So if you think you want to order maybe some paint and some canvases, then use the affiliate link that's listed. And if you just want the 6-inch canvases, then use the specific link for the 6-inch canvases. And that way, you know, it helps out my channel. I get a teeny tiny bit of revenue when you guys order using my affiliate links. Plus, it helps Arteza out for sure, especially during these times. You know, all these businesses, these smaller businesses need our help to, you know, continue on with what they want to do so we can continue on with what we want to do as well. So give these 6-inch canvases a try. I promise you won't regret using these little canvases. They're awesome. I love them. Please take care of yourselves. I hope you stay happy and healthy. Take care of the ones you love. And thank you for supporting my channel in all the ways that you do. Let me know what you think about these kind of paintings. And if you'd like to see more of just the simple stuff, you guys got to let me know. So I know what to work on. You know, I've done all these other types of paintings, but I keep coming back to these because I just love them. They're just so pretty and bright. Okay, anyway, sorry guys. I love you all. Take care of yourselves wherever you're on the planet. I hope you're having a lovely day. See you later. Bye.